maybe it's a good thing. You drawing all the crazy mischief I got up to in the old days might help me remember things better. Next time some kid starts hanging around me like a bad smell, pestering me for my dumb tales.
I'm just visiting with Honker here.
Fine by me.
But you did say you had a really scary story next. About the place where you met, you know, him.
Yeah. Well, your old man's gonna come looking for me. He finds out I gave you bad dreams.
Like he'd even notice how I feel.
Well, no need for my name to even come up, is all I'm saying.
Quit stalling.
Okay. How about we call this one Journey to the Center of the Broken Ark?
As long as it's the scary version.
Careful what you wish for. Things got weird and dark down there, especially for poor Doc Rockwell.
What did he do that was so bad?
The guy got a little too curious for his own good. Messed around with some mumbo-jumbo he shouldn't have. He wouldn't listen to anyone that tried to warn him, neither.
Well, I'm listening to you, and I want to know all about it.
We fell for what seemed like forever. It turned out that pit had a bottom after all.
Whoa. Were you guys scared?
At first, things were more weird than scary down there. Like something out of the funny pages. Little Miss Professor and the Doc couldn't get enough of it all. Doc Rockwell, in particular, kept wandering deeper and deeper in where I couldn't keep an eye on him. Anyways, before I could round up those two eggheads, the whole place started spinning and shaking itself to pieces. Like we were on the world's biggest tilt-a-whirl.
No fair. You just got there.
Funny thing, all that shaking left a bunch of stuff lying around. What I could see was gonna come in handy.
Huh. Lucky you.
Well, with nothing much down there but rocks and fungus, we were gonna need some luck.
Ugh, gross. Mushrooms.
Not a fan myself, but Doc Rockwell said, gonna need to adapt to survive. Not sure why I ever listened to that old kook. Suddenly felt like I was on the sauce again, except worse. A lot worse. Those red spotty shrooms were bad news, but some of the others turned out to be okay. We just had to see what the local wildlife would eat.
Well, then I guess I would have starved. No mushrooms for me.
Be glad you get to be picky, kid. That means you're well fed. In fact, you'd be surprised what you're willing to eat when you're starving for real. Just like chicken.
Poor Bulby.
So I had things mostly under control before that scary dame showed me up in her fancy armor.
Ooh, who is she?
Someone from back on that jungle island. The Beast Queen, she called herself. Little Miss Professor was making a big deal about her still being alive.
But where'd she get the armor?
Turned out our Beast Queen had a whole squad of roughnecks from the future backing her up.
Whoa.
So yeah, there were people from the future on that Ark.
My future?
No. I mean, the future to me. But what do I know? I'm just some grunt who bought the big one in 1944. Anyway, you'll never guess who was in charge of their outfit.
My dad.
Huh. Yeah, that's where old Santiago and I met for the very first time. I introduced him to my pals. Not that Doc even noticed. He was too busy gawking at all the shiny toys those future people had brought to the camp.
I would be too.
Sure you would. That's the problem. So at first, I guess your old man was having trouble puzzling out the crazy super science running the ARKs. Santiago said the ARK's tech was from further into the future than his own time, but he still thought he could get it to work for us.
I guess Dad didn't have any rules against using tech back then.
Not so sure about that. His people had to rush underground after your dad messed up on the first try and cooked everything topside. The whole surface of the ARK went up in flames. Santiago wanted another crack at it and asked if we wanted in. I couldn't exactly say no. Not in front of the ladies. Gotta keep up my reputation and all.
I want to hear more about the girls in Dad's camp, back on that ARK.
Oh yeah? Let's see. I told you about Little Miss Professor Helena and the Beast Queen. Those two seemed real close until this pilot from the future showed up, Diana. And suddenly Helena was the odd one out.
Really? Huh.
Then again, after we all got to know each other better, there was something between Diana and Santiago, too.
Ooh.
Almost like they'd known each other before. Probably more of that future gobbledygook that gives me a headache. Still, Diana decided to hang back at the camp, while the other two ladies and me went along on Santiago's crazy mission. Don't think Diana trusted old Doc Rockwell. He'd been acting extra squirrely by then, and she seemed worried that he'd gone completely off his nut. Good instincts, hers.
Good instincts.
We had our marching orders. But before Santiago took us topside, we had to suit ourselves up in that shiny future armor of theirs. Supposedly radiation from space would have cooked us otherwise. Didn't much like the sound of that. I never did tan that well. Even armored up, we had to wait until things cooled down after dark before we could follow your dad outside. Things didn't go exactly as planned, but we did manage to get into a big, creepy lab with tanks full of sleeping animals, and people were stored there too. We covered your dad while he did his thing, but before we had a chance to celebrate, we got a message that something bad went down back at camp.
Oh no. Was Diana okay?
Your dad did something that, beamed us straight back to camp, but we were still too late to save Diana.
What? What happened?
Turned out she was right not to trust Doc Rockwell. He found some goop deep down in the caves. He used it to change himself into something straight out of a creature feature.
Rockwell killed her?
Yup. And scampered off somewhere down in the dark. Coward that he was. Because he knew we weren't gonna let him get away with what he'd done. We could barely keep up with the Beast Queen. She really took it hard, what Rockwell did to her. Good friend.
But you found him, right?
What was left of the poor guy. And then put that twisted freak out of his misery. And ours. We were sure glad we'd never have to deal with him again. So it was all over by the time your dad caught up with us. To say he'd rigged a way for us to leave that ARK behind for Earth. Believe you me, spoke for all of us when he said he wanted to forget all about the place. Especially that creepy cargo hold we found, full of clones. Wasn't great finding out for sure we weren't the original Bob or Santiago. How many times have we died and been brought back already? Just thinking about it gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Brought back. So, we're all just clowns?
Clones. Copies of our original selves, but with our memories and I don't know, maybe our souls too. Who knows? It's all way beyond this GI's pay grade.
Copies of our souls?
Mika, listen, kid. These are just dumb stories. I don't know the half of what actually went on down there.
No, that part was true. I can tell. If we are clones, if we all died, and tech brought us back, then we could use it to bring back other lost people, right? Yeah! Yeah!
Hey now, the doc wanted to bring someone back with that stuff. Didn't work out so good for him, did it?
You said Rockwell was from the wrong time to even know how to use tech. But my dad...
Your dad was from the right time. But he and I saw up close how that crap wrecked the whole damn world.
Language?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Anyhow, that story can wait. Right now, you need to find something for your pal Honker here to eat.
Okay...
Atta girl. Because this next bit, well, it's filled with some tough memories for old Bob.